to the nerdery. I'm tired.
I don't think the mics are working.
What?
It did that little tiny green flicker when you spoke very loudly. And twice, and that's it.
Uh-oh.
Man,
Where's the headphone?
I don't know where they are.
Is it muted?
No. They can hear us now.
Can they hear us now?
And they heard that.
Very sorry.
Whoops.
Oh, ow. I'm gonna die.
All kinds of calamity here at the Hardin homestead.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, this is bothering me. You're like evenly in the screen.
We're not like evenly.
That is so much better.
Okay. It's all shaky now.
It's okay. It'll even out. There's a wait.
Is that Star Trek, the original series? Ah! Ah!
That was a great clip. I enjoyed that. I want a GIF of that later.
Do it. Just you know what you need to do with all the old footage? Just turn it into memes. You got what, 3-4 years worth of footage somewhere?
Oh yeah, I've got it all.
Well,
Just-
Kendall and Anna are here and they can hear us.
All right,
Hi, baby. Hello, Kendall. How y'all doing tonight?
we're gonna make our announcement here in a few minutes.
All right.
Uh,
So
very
stay
big.
with us.
Yeah, very big announcement. So, let's talk about something that has been circling around the internet. And at first, I read it and I'm like, well, what the fuck is that? And then I did a little bit more reading on it and I'm like, wait a minute, what the fuck? And then I did more reading on it and I'm like, no, that's all bullshit. There's a rumor going around saying that Disney is going to shut down Marvel Comics. And all this came about from the press release stating that, you know, the editor-in-chief and the president of Marvel Publishing were going to be doing a 1-hour panel. And somebody took that to orbit and said, oh, well, they're trying to convince Disney that Marvel Publishing, you know, still has a place because the name of the panel is From Comics to the Screen. And, oh, well, Disney's trying to shut... No, it's all bullshit. It's just a panel. I'm going to be calling that Comics Gate 2.
Wow. I mean, I want to say something about it, just because of the, if anything, it shows the sheer insanity of society at large when it comes to movies, especially based on comic books. I don't even know if I want to get into the whole Captain Marvel deal that's going on.
Oh, man. Dude, the movie's not even out yet, and critics are just trying to bomb it already.
Critics? No. Dude, it's like everybody on social media, anybody who has a YouTube channel that follows the freaking movies is covering that shit, and they are giving their opinion.
Oh, I heard something's going on with Rotten Tomatoes. That
They're changing up the way that they do their.
Jose just showed up. He said he missed a rant. Go back.
Go back.
Yeah.
We'll be here.
Yep.
You just catch up later.
Yeah.
Right. But no, it's just craziness, man. Everybody who follows that shit is going nuts about it, and I hardly see any positive opinion. Not to say that it's not out there, but I don't see it. And, you know, that may be an algorithm or something. For some reason, I watch so many of those videos to figure out what the fuck people are griping about that, you know. Anyway, it's kind of crazy. I hope the movie doesn't get used as kind of like a money-making scheme. See, this is the rough double-edged sword. Yes, there's activism. You should have activism, I suppose, but when it's involved in a film that is part of a multi-billion-dollar franchise that is making movies expecting only to just get money from it so they can make more movies, why would you try to cheapen the message by shoehorning it into a money-making propaganda film?
Kendall said she can't wait to see what's being said about it.
I'm eager to see Goose. If anything, if I have one shining star of hope, the whole thing, even if it is this huge farce that everybody thinks it is, and it's some sort of like, you know, crazy propaganda film, at least the cat, I have heard, it steals the show. So, you know, an alien cat with a trans-dimensional portal in its stomach and like pocket dimensions all throughout its body.
Yeah.
And it basically like lays eggs and has tentacles that. Anyway, in the comic books, that's the cat, but it's a different name. The Goose is kind of serving the same purpose, so I'm presuming that Goose communicates with everyone by some means because apparently he steals the show. I don't know. I always go back to the old Disney film. I don't know if you ever saw it. It was like where this cat came from outer space and he had to like hang out with humans for a bit to get fuel for his spaceship. And it was just a tabby cat, but he telepathically talked to the people he encountered to try and help him get back into space. Damn it, I can't remember the name of it. But anyway, lost to time. I haven't seen that movie since I was like 7 years old.
And as far as Captain Marvel goes, I haven't read any of the articles about it. I've just seen the headlines where critics hate Captain Marvel, critics panning Captain Marvel doomed to bomb before its release.
Well, a lot of these people are self-proclaimed critics.
Yeah.
And you know, it's pretty easy to face what appears to be a one-sided argument and just continue to argue with it.
Yeah.
Now, to be honest, do I think the message is kind of being put in there a little bit? I will say that for the first two teaser trailers for the film, they did something very interesting with the wording of the phrase, a hero is born, by presenting her before the A and the O. And it's very quick, but I could see where they may have tried to go that route, and then people picked up on it and said, oh, well, what the hell is this? And I think society at large needs to stop being so offended by things. But at the same time, with your message, decorum, you know, if you really want people to take it seriously, don't put it in a film that's meant to entertain.
Yeah.
You know, if you're going to make a film that states that to people, that brings them, it needs to be something original.
Well, activism has its place in film, but I mean,
it does.
I do believe unless you are making an historical film or strictly a political film, you have to do it subtly. And a lot of people don't realize Sling Blade was about racism and discrimination, but it was done subtly.
I will say this, you know, the worriment about Captain Marvel being the first female lead character in a Marvel Cinematic Universe film. It has been done before, but I think they're trying to push the idea that, hey, you know, this woman is strong, she is independent, she can handle her own. She's up there with like Captain America as far as tacticians because she's in the military, she's a pilot, you know. She's very and in the early 90s, I'm guessing, early to mid 90s, which that's pretty impressive, you know, that a woman can reach that point at that time, at that time in our society, you know, but possible, you know. And it shows what I'm trying to get at is I hope that the movie shows the strength in the character and that she can be a role model to young girls, to women, to, you know, people and relate to that situation for that character.
Yeah.
You know, but I would hope that they would let it stand alone and show that on its own instead of trying to push a message with advertisement and kind of carry with the film.
Yeah.
You know, it's great if the actors and everything want to go and do the activism, go for it. You know, Chris Evans, after being Captain America for several years, had become more of an activist in certain cause. There, you know, shares a lot of the same views with the whatever political. You know, I don't like talking about politics. I really don't, and that's where it comes into play.
I had some chat from Jose a little bit ago.
Sorry.
He said alien cat, tentacles, old telekinesis. Is this some Cthulhu crap? Wait, that cat, he needed gold, right? They won a pool table because of it. Something about a collar?
Are y'all talking about the same movie?
He might be talking about Men in Black.
Oh.
But
That does kind of sound like Men in
because the
Black.
collar with
What
Orion.
about a pool table, though? I don't remember a pool table.
A pool table? It might have been the movie I was thinking of.
Orion.
Oh! No. He used the collar to move the pool balls on the table, right? Is that how it worked? Is that how the scene played out in the movie? No, the movie I was talking about when you walked out of the garage and weren't here. Anyway,
Sorry.
see, you missed out.
It was a neighbor thing.
For those of you following along at home, we're watching Slapshot.
Yeah, we're about however long in it's been since you started it, because I don't know.
I don't know either.
You just came from playing hockey, and now we're watching hockey.
Yeah.
Well, we're watching a hockey movie.
Yeah.
Well, you're wearing your hockey hat.
Yes.
Now, I will ask you
Wearing
this.
my Shorts too.
I will ask you this, because this is a big, like, hockey fan movie.
It is.
You know, hockey fans love this movie, just like, you know, The Goon and what, Mighty Ducks.
Yeah.
You know, all these films have come.
Mystery Alaska.
Yeah, all these films have come down the line because of it. Would you say that this movie was made to entertain? And
Yes.
inform, you know, kind of-
Yes. This movie was more for entertainment than it was for education, because the team behavior is not what you see on the ice at all.
No, I wouldn't imagine.
Let's not
I
forget
mean,
Youngblood. We forgot Youngblood.
Right, but I wouldn't imagine anybody would wear anything like that nowadays. I mean, I would say that's a fashion faux pas. You should have left that on the disco floor.
We have chat.
Jose's still working on this movie. He says, yes, that's how it worked. The cat was an alien. They needed gold to replace something in its spaceship. They gambled on a pool game, and they used the collar to win.
That's right. Oh my God, thank you, Jose. Do you remember the name of it? Because I don't. That's exactly the movie I'm talking about. Oh, fuck yes. At
It's
least
in
we
black
know,
and white,
right?
but it's on color film.
Something like that.
It's the one where they made the submarines out of styrofoam so they wouldn't sink, and that's why we lost the war.
No, I think that was Hunt for Red October. Yeah.
That wasn't a movie you saw. That was a dream you had. And I was just thinking, that wasn't a movie I saw. That was a dream I had. How did you know? Because you called last week trying to rent the same thing.
Oh, man.
You all right over there?
Sounds like something that would happen to me.
Totally would, wouldn't it?
I married that.
I mean, I would have warned you before, you know, things got too serious, but she was smart about it. She didn't let you around us.
Jose's gonna look it up.
All right, cool. So I said we're going to have a big announcement. You want me to tell them?
Do we have to do it now?
I feel like we should.
Oh. Everybody's going to be all like, well, they should.
Yeah. But hey, you know, I got some stuff for him over there.
You got some stuff?
I got some stuff ready for him. I
Okay.
did some work.
Okay.
Good for you.
This will be the last episode of the Nerdery for the foreseeable future. I'm not saying it's gone forever. I'm just saying we are going to be shutting down for a while. There's a lot of things going into it. One of the biggest things is me playing hockey. I had my first game today. I don't know if you can tell, but I am having to lean on stuff.
He's winded.
I'm like McGregor. I've got no legs left. Absolutely exhausted. Then our camera broke.
Yeah.
So we're actually running on our second camera, which has not even been plugged in like 3 years.
What is this, like
Yeah, I'm
720p?
surprised it's even as decent as the picture
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, I don't even know if it's 720.
Well, what does it matter? I mean,
They can see us.
yeah.
I mean, I sharpened it up as much as I could.
We're on the other end of the internet, so
Yeah. It's a big Weber net out there.
Mm-hmm.
But,
we're about to back ourselves away from the web for a bit.
yep.
You know, we might come back later.
Well, Kendall says, well, damn, but that's cool. Jose says, congrats.
Thank you, Jose.
Thank you, Jose. Thank you, Kendall.
Maybe we can talk Jimmy into getting out on the ice with me.
Oh, dude. I already know what's going to happen. I'm going to end up with fucking cracked femur or some shit. Man.
Also, it's called The Cat from Outer Space, 1978.
The Cat from Outer Space. Did I actually refer to it as that movie with the cat from outer space?
I think so.
We have to rewind that.
It was named like a Friends episode.
Yep.
You named it without knowing you named it.
Yep.
Well, we're having a good old time. We're having a blast, and I want to actually go back and look at some of the fun we've had over the years. I mean, what we've been doing this 5 years, I think, is what Anna and I came up with the other night. 4 or 5 years, somewhere in there. It's been a.
You know what? I say we gave it a 5 years journey.
We did.
It was like being on the Starship Enterprise for 5 years, man. You know, every weekend, just one day out of the week for 5 years.
I do want to bring this up. We actually used to have 5 chairs for this table.
Yeah,
and we were lucky enough that when one of them broke, it happened to be on camera.
We had a very special one for Lewis at one point.
Yeah.
So. Was it hashtag Fall Lewis?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was hashtag Fall Lewis. And
Yes,
within 60 seconds, the chair broke. I've got that scene loaded up. If you want to.
Oh, can I do some? I don't know how to do it on this. Oh. This one? Did I just hit transition?
Yeah.
What with the hand movements?
You need to scoot forward.
Yeah, because he's trying to get you in camera. It didn't work.
I'm trying to keep everybody.
Whoa! Well, I'm in the broken chair. You're in the broken chair.
Uh-oh.
Just broke the
Uh-oh.
chair. Nope. Don't move me. Don't move me. I'm not.
Will Lewis fall, people?
Don't move me.
Send in your text to me right now.
Don't
Tweets.
I was actually going to put my foot underneath to see if I could
We
save
started
you,
betting.
but you didn't
Just
ground.
don't move me. Just
Hashtag fall Lewis.
No.
Hashtag fall Lewis.
Tag it out. Tag it out.
Dag it, people. Come on.
Oh,
The shit that happens live. Anyways, see isn't it great? We have YouTube now. When all this shit was going down when we didn't have it, ain't that some shit?
See that? We got 8 minutes.
So all right. Fuck it. Long story short, they're trying now. The Uncanny X-Men, the group, are trying to go and save the remaining healers that are still around on Earth. Hold up.
Hashtag
Oh, no. Here we go.
Dude, don't fart. That fucking chair is going to go down.
All right, we're good.
Front end, not the rear end.
Yeah, it was the attic, not the basement. So that's what they're trying to do. And issue 2, you see Monette and Sabretooth going to save this guy called Elixir, which some of us know because he's been mentioned in other lines and other issues. And he's at a college working at a Goodwill, and they can protect him. Well, before they can even get a chance to convince him, the Dark Riders get teleport in, and they start causing ruckus. They kill all the volunteers at the Goodwill. He's still they're trying to get him out, and Elixir's like, no, because I need to help my friends. Well, he does this giant healing wave that looks a lot like Groot when he lets all the fireflies out when they're in the ship, and it looks a lot like that. But unfortunately, Sabretooth calls. He's like, can't you tell a trap when you see one? And right as he's trying to heal everybody, boom, sniper style, kill him dead on the spot.
Damn.
And then they gone. They vanish. And that's pretty much the end of the issue. In issue 3, you see Psylocke and Magneto trying to save another mutant healer who's trying to cure the Mpox because that virus came back. So, with it being Magneto, they have a little bit more firepower, and that you just see this. They have one of the riders is a mutant named Hurricane. He calls up this giant storm. You just see Magneto just push a giant freaking steel beam in his chest. And I was like, ah, nope, it's broke.
Okay. We're having technical difficulties here, people. I'm trying to keep a straight face.
JD, where's the Indian?
I'm trying to keep a straight face, but my butthole is puckering so much.
Shit. Are you okay? Right. Are you okay, Lewis?
Lewis just fell, people, for just on the podcast.
You don't have a chair leg named up your ass, do you?
Nope, I'm good.
Good.
He's well, brother.
You know what I mean? What kind of shit is that?
And we are now putting the camera
What kind of shit is that?
straight at him.
Oh,
Oh, man, that was bad.
Whoa! Wait.
sad part is that actually fucking hurt because the chair hit me right the fuck again.
Ooh.
Wait, we gotta get a shot of the chair before you pick it up.
Holy shit.
There you
It's
go.
split in half.
Oh man,
This fucker split in half.
man.
Oh. Okay,
There we go,
just so y'all
folks.
know, people, I made that hashtag 2 minutes ago.
It was preordained.
So we have a bet going?
We couldn't do that because it would be illegal. We're not a bookies.
None of that shit illegal. Nah. Not on my watch.
And you're back.
All right, and they can hear us, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mike, you back up.
I mean, me and Steven knew what the fuck was going on. I'm gonna be straight up honest. We fucking knew, and it was just like we weren't gonna tell him because we knew it would be worse. Him trying to get up out of the chair as it gave out. So it's like better to be sitting down.
It's not as far to fall.
Right.
Kendall said, I love that clip. Poor Lewis. Jose said they look so young, or did they just recently shave?
We recently shaved.
Yeah.
And then OMG and a lot of laughter.
Yeah. I was the guy in the red and black hat with the long beard.
And Jose, to answer your question, we did mull over a time change, but unfortunately, due to shifting work schedules, there's not really a better time at this moment. Not to say that won't change, but this is the route we're going to have to take for now.
Yeah. I mean, hey, and you know what I can say about this, we may be getting away from doing the live, but it's not to say that we couldn't come up with an idea and use it as a project. I mean, hell, we can put some money together. We can do something.
Well, the nerdery started out like spur of the moment kind of thing.
It did. And I would
We can do our own.
well, you know, a nerdery production. Like if we wanted to do like a fun, like say if we decided to go and do an improv or something one night.
Yeah.
You know, do some improv sketches and film that.
Yeah.
Post that under as a nerdery production or something.
Spin-off side projects.
Yeah.
But yeah, as far as being involved weekly and you know doing all this stuff, it's gonna conflict, and it was only bound to happen. I mean,
Yeah.
well, shit, man. Working weekends, that kills me.
Yeah.
So I'm still kind of recovering.
And then I'll be working one Saturday a month, but I'll have hockey on Sundays.
Yeah.
So a lot of my Saturdays will be devoted to getting ready for my game.
That's not bad, man. That's not bad.
Because I actually got a lot of compliments from other players on the team. Man, you're doing great for your first game, man. You're doing fantastic job. Are you having fun? I'm having a blast, but I've learned something. What's that? I need to put my fat ass on a treadmill a little more often.
Elliptical. Better on your joints.
Yeah, that's the reason I quit hard running. Started
You
having
get those damn shin splints.
yeah, bad.
That shit will fuck you up.
Bad.
Yep.
Like I doing everything I could to not cry while walking.
The elliptical's actually probably closer to a skating movement
Motion.
anyway.
Yeah,
Actually.
I could probably get a slide board or something. That way I could do it here at the house. Which, for those of you who aren't like deep into hockey and hockey training, a slide board. All right, remember when you was a kid and your grandmother had that linoleum floor and you go running in there in sock feet and you slide across? Slide boards like that, but on nitrous. It's just you doing the skate motion back and forth on this little board.
No.
Night, Anna.
Good night, baby.
But I've had a lot of fun. I've had a lot of fun doing this, and it's really crazy to see what we started from to where we wound up. We started with a $30 phone.
Sitting in the middle of the table. We all just sat around the table.
Just talking into this phone.
It was surprisingly good sound quality
Yeah.
for a $30 phone.
Yeah.
But
like-
when we set down our vape or our beer bottle or something too hard, like there's a loud chunk in the background, like.
You had to use a deck box and a couple other layers between the phone and the table to buffer like any noise.
Shit, man.
Our first interview was done on that phone.
Yeah.
It was Chris
our-
Foreman.
Yeah, and our first promotional was done on that phone.
Yeah.
That was what's his name? The guy who played
Oh, Hubert. What's his last?
he played Garlic Jr.
Yeah,
in Dragon Ball.
and I think he did the voice of Popo too, and quite a few others.
Yeah. But he did he did a promotional for the Nerdery in the voice of Garlic Jr.
Yeah, and that was a
hilarious.
great little promotion, and I wish we still had a usable copy of it.
Yeah.
But that thing went from data transfer to file type transfer over and over and over for years and years, and it just got so degraded we couldn't use it anymore.
Couldn't salvage the poor thing.
And I did a lot to try to hang on to that thing. I really did, and I could not clean it up.
Jose said, side note, did you hear about the third and final loop around Houston? Sit on a cotton bag, LOL. It's called
Talking
the
about
Grand,
Highway 99?
he said it's called the Grand Parkway.
The Grand Parkway.
Yep. That's 99. It's been halfway done for like 40 years.
Well, the Beltway was too.
Yeah.
For what, like 30 years?
Well, now it's constantly under construction somewhere.
Years? Yeah, well, they're widening it just because of the traffic. Everybody's moving to Houston.
Yeah.
Everybody's moving to Houston because it's so cheap to live here until everybody moves to Houston. And then they buy up all the houses in the fucking housing market, drive up prices, and raise everybody else's fucking taxes. And, it's kind of fucked up. But either way, that's how things do. They shift.
Yeah.
They wane. They change. We go through cycles. Sometimes we start a podcast and then sometimes we finish one.
Yeah.
Or we go on hiatus until we figure out what the hell we want to do next.
Well, I mean, we did beat the average. Average is about 2 years.
We held on.
Yeah.
And I will say this, JD, I am glad that I was here from the beginning, and I'm glad I'm here at the end. I'm saying the end. The end of this.
Yeah.
Okay? We're not going to be doing the live stream anymore, so like I said, like he said, if we come up with anything, you'll hear from us. Just stay tuned. Keep posted. We might put up some projects or something.
I will be holding on to the domain.
Good.
The website I probably will take the website down, but I am going to keep the domain. All that's going to be there whenever you go to it in the future will be you still can't have it.
Seriously? You're keeping it just because of that?
Yeah. That company wanted to buy that domain like 3 years ago, and I told them no. And then they tried 2 years ago, and I told them no. They still can't have it.
You're gonna keep paying on it?
I'm going, yeah. What's like $15 a year? I'll pay that.
Do you have to keep it active, or do you
No,
just
I could leave it blank if I wanted to. I could send them to Google if I wanted to. Type in the nerdery.net and it sends you to google.com.
Is there? You know what you need to do with it? You need to put out a GIF of your SpaghettiOs.
Oh, that would be great.
Kendall said she's glad she has a Nerdery shirt and stickers, a piece of history.
Hell yeah, I've still got some.
Yeah, I actually found some more stickers the other day because I thought we were out.
Yep, I've got about 8 or 9.
I still have a few business cards from the very first run.
Oh wow. It was so long ago.
The ones that like had the little gray blocks on the side.
Yeah.
And then our first shirts that we did for Comic Palooza, what was that, 2014?
Yeah.
They were those things smelled horrible.
Jose says he never got any Nerdery merch. He's a late follower.
There
Not a
wasn't
late
much.
follower at all.
There wasn't much to go around, really. I mean, We had stickers for a minute, but
We had the shirt drive.
yeah, we did have the shirt drive.
That was for the 100th episode. Then we extended the shirt drive.
Was it?
I should have bought one of those. I never bought one for myself. That would have been the third nerdery shirt, and all I could think was, what the hell do I need a third one for? I got a staff shirt.
To wear under the staff shirt, so whenever you take it off, you can still represent.
Well, I got the original one for that. That's OG, triple OG right there, man.
Yeah. But things changed on the back, so
Yeah. But you know
this
what?
happens.
Speaking of shirts, we've had some hilarious get-ups on the show on a couple different occasions.
Oh,
Hold on, let me give you the chat real quick. Kendall said, yes, a gif of JD eating the SpaghettiOs needs to happen. And she joined right before the 100th episode, so she had
pass
to
that
watch
shit around the internet. You just eat spaghettios. Yeah.
But no, the first time we decided we were going to upgrade our hardware, I made a deal to our watchers. If we could raise the money we needed in time, then Lewis would wear a dress.
Yeah.
And
I wasn't here for that.
And we got one guy who gave all the money up front, said, I want this to happen.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
So I know I've got that on the sidebar as well. You want to roll that?
Really?
Welcome back to the Nerdery. I'm JD, and you can't see me.
And I'm Chris, and I got the sniffles.
And I'm Steven. And this is Lady Lulu.
Oh, Lady Lulu.
Fuck you guys.
Yeah.
Yes, it's Lewis, and I'm in a dress. You're welcome, David.
That's right. David,
This was for David.
This was requested.
David, we got
Funds.
And paid for.
And paid for, and all of that jazz. So,
completed, David, just for you.
as a member of the company, I'm obligated to wear this damn dress. Yeah,
That's right, you are.
I'm in a dress.
Folks, don't worry. Steven,
Yeah, there's more to come.
Steven's
I will be a Sailor Moon for
and then
Jason.
someone coming up
He's
for,
got a fetish, so
yeah.
we're gonna have to do it. David says, "Hot mama."
God,
Jason loves magical girls.
yes, he does.
As do I.
As
So
do
watch
we
out,
all.
Steven. That was from that Laura chick on Facebook, of course.
As you can see, half of our crew is sick tonight, so it's just gonna be us OGs.
All right.
I'm still here. Just in the back.
We got Capitan in the Capitan chair. And
And we're back.
And we're back! Yeah, but that, what did that buy us? That bought us, I think, new microphones.
Yeah.
New microphones and stands, I think, is what that one bought us. Which we're still using.
Kendall says her kid wears it as a sleep shirt.
Oh, the nerdery shirt?
I guess so. And then he went on to film The Greatest Showman. I think that was something from the video.
We've gotten to meet a ton of people.
Yeah. Yeah, we met some really awesome people. Met some people we never thought we'd meet, much less have a conversation with.
For certain.
I got to meet Jack Earl Haley, and I will say this, if you ever run into the guy, super nice dude. I don't care. He was Freddy Krueger, he was Rorschach, but in real life, the guy's just really open, really cool. But yeah, got to reminisce with him about the Astrodome,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
because he was in the first Bad News Bears film. He's
Yeah.
one of the kids.
She meant it about Lewis in a dress.
Oh.
Yeah, he probably went on it. Well, I didn't know there was boobage in this.
I didn't either. I got to meet one of my childhood heroes, Jason David Frank. And
Yes, you did.
I was
I saw
very intimidated to interview him because I really wanted to talk about his fight career.
I was worried I'd have to get you another pair of pants. Like you were gonna piss yourself or something.
Jose said, like me.
You're gonna be like a fucking wiener dog, getting all excited because they just met someone new.
Well, that was a very, very surreal moment for all of us because that was filmed actually behind the scenes at the convention.
Yeah.
So the whole time, like, all these big celebrities are just walking by and shaking our hands and thanking us for being there and just, like, little chit-chat, some in passing, some stopping and actually talking for a minute. And it was just completely different than what I expected. Because initially I'd expected to do that interview out on the floor, like we do most of all the other interviews we've ever done. And we get told, hey, you need to come to the green room. Mr. Frank is going to take a restroom break, and then he's going to meet you back there after the show's over. And then, well, son of a bitch, that's Ron Perlman shaking my hand.
Oh, he actually shook your hand?
Yeah, and thanked me for coming and showing up, and he apologized that he couldn't do the interview, and I'm like, no problem.
I'm not mad. I'm not going to hold it against you.
No, not at all.
Maybe Doug talked to him. I don't know. Yeah. Who knows?
And then Danny Trejo.
Yeah. And his wife.
Yeah.
She was cool as shit.
And, like, he freaked me out because that was the first time I saw him standing up.
He's short.
Yeah, dude. Like, he came up to, like, here on me.
Oh,
and
I hugged him, and he was, like, my size.
Yeah,
I didn't know which way to put my arm.
He was, like, your height.
Yeah. I was like, oh, my God, I don't know. I could go over the arm on this one. This is rare. But, no, that would be emasculating me. I went under.
Fuck that, man. You know, I'm in that sense, to be honest, I'm almost kind of torn between Dinklage or Trejo for Big Man Plans as a live action. I really am. But I think Dinklage would probably be a better choice
because he looks like him.
But if they couldn't get him, if like
Trejo
he was
could
tied up in something, doing another movie or a TV series or something for HBO.
Yeah, and we've talked to Trejo, and basically all you got to do to get Trejo to play in whatever you want him to play in is just pay him.
Yeah,
that's it. He doesn't care.
I just don't know if he'd let him shave.
Probably not.
Like, no, man.
Kendall said earlier, JD fangirling with JDF was classic.
And it was very hard to keep my composure in that interview, and I had my notes, but the way we were filming it is like from halfway up the leg up, so I didn't want to be holding on to my notes, and I know I had them in my hand, but I didn't want to be referencing them all the time. So I completely forgot to bring up his fight career. Because I really wanted to talk about it, because like I did my homework. I did a whole lot. I watched every single one of his fights.
Hey man, it doesn't matter. I think you did a good interview with him, and it was really nice of him to actually take the time.
And he was adamant that I was not going to leave without that interview. Like he got there that Saturday morning, saw the card, and then the first time he saw me with the shirt, yes.
Kendall said it showed.
Yeah, he was determined that if I wanted that interview, I was getting that interview. Period.
I was wrong about the game. They're on right now. Do you want to watch it, or do you want to keep watching this?
Yes, ma'am. Because I'd be too distracted if that was
okay.
Doug Jones.
Doug Jones was awesome. You got to interview him, but to be honest, I mean, it was quite a memorable experience that will stay with me for the rest of my life. You talk to him, you say, hey, I want you to meet somebody. This is my friend Jimmy, and he looks at me and he just goes, oh. And he walks over to me and he just puts his fingers in my beard. and he's like this. I'm like, okay. Hi. Nice to meet you, Doug Jones. I would shake your hand, but they're busy.
And this is more intimate anyway.
Yeah, it was a very intimate. It was almost like it was taking you out to dinner without doing it.
Yeah.
It was.
He was just completely at ease in the interview,
Nice
he
He
wanted
was
to have-
delighted with all of us.
Yes.
Yeah. And he
was
wanted
such
to
a
have
nice
fun,
guy.
and he
Oh my
wanted
God.
us to have fun doing it.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, like, that interview, like, changed how I was gonna do interviews from there on out. If they don't seem to enjoy it, okay, then no, we'll do something else. We'll figure something else out, or come up with some new questions, or you can just not do it, whatever.
Yeah.
Kendall said, I very much covet the copy of MMPR with his autograph I won from y'all.
Oh yeah, because I got him to sign 3 books, and I gave 2 of them away, and I kept one.
Shit, man.
And he was just so happy to do it. And I was like, some are for giveaway and one's for me. He goes, I don't care, I'll sign them.
We met, and that was the convention that had the most controversy.
Oh, for sure.
But we had the best time there.
Yeah, and I've always told everybody, that may have been like a nightmare to the public, but we have never been treated better.
Yeah. Well, and I think the guy who was left to manage it really took charge and tried to make sure everything went through, at least as far as he could.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a shitty situation with like pre-sale tickets and stuff like that. Especially if somebody doesn't get strict permission when they announce it, that causes a lot of problems. So it wasn't the guy at the convention; it was his partner who decided not to be there. And
Sam Jones
was freaking cool, man,
and terrifyingly friendly.
Well, it was crazy. He was like that one jock hanging out with the nerds. I mean, he was at home there. He was like Ogre. He was, in a sense, not oafish in a way. He was just like, I don't really understand what it is, but I know I like it. I like the people who like it, so I'm down,
And that is also a great summary for Peter Dante.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, I don't give a fuck who you are, man. We're going to have fun.
Yeah. What's up, nerds?
He was live wire, man. He was awesome.
I still got his cell phone number.
You need to call him, man.
I thought it was cool when he offered me a shirt, and I said, yeah, with a big smile on my face, and he goes, I didn't think you liked me. And I was like, I didn't think you cared.
I watched you in that movie a whole bunch of times. What was it, Grandma's Boy or something?
And I love that the character in that movie is not a character.
I just wanted to say, man, you really are blonde.
I would have loved that.
Thank you for noticing.
The wildest thing about that interview is, like, he remembered our faces, and he didn't remember our names, but he remembered our nicknames from the show.
Yeah.
And every time he saw us, like, we could be across the convention center. He did not care. He was way out of his booth in the middle of the aisle. What's up, nerds?
He was like, he wasn't waiting for the bar to go socialize. He was all over the place, man. When he wasn't at his table, he was walking around with other people getting beers and shit. So he was having a blast. He was like, fuck this, I'm at a convention, I'm gonna go have fun with these people, and I'm gonna do my thing, I'm not gonna be uptight, just...
There's just some weird echo turned on.
Uh-oh.
I don't know.
Are we talking?
He also said, now who am I going to derail? When people stay on topic, the Jose shows up just a crazy train of conversation. I'm going to Aussie this to talk about the Nazis that run NASA to have conversations with aliens on LSD.
I'm going to tell you exactly who you're going to go derail. His name is Brandon.
I fucking knew it.
And he's on Cult 45. So go derail him. It's a movie podcast. He's a great guy, real friendly. We've known him for years.
Talk to him like you talk to us.
Exactly.
You probably love him. But yeah, he does movie reviews, man. Go check him out, please. If you don't watch reruns of us, go watch him.
Yeah, he's a really, really friendly guy.
where I was CP 2 years ago. And I think he was talking to me, and he goes, "So hey man, we're gonna head to such and such place for such and such after party. Apparently these people and these people might show up. Are you gonna go?" I don't know. Why not? Well, I kind of have like a business dinner. With who? It's one of the publishers here. You son of a bitch. He goes, "Man, give me some of that magic, man." I'm like, they emailed me. I don't know.
Well, maybe you should get them in touch with him.
You know what? I will. I haven't talked to Ewington in a while, so I'm gonna hit him up and say, "Hey, man, go give this guy a shout."
Jose said, "Brandon Colt 45 on YouTube. The nerdery sends their regards." And apparently the echo turned off.
All right.
Okay, cool.
You're welcome, guys.
She didn't do anything.
That's not true. I ate some almonds.
Well, like we discussed, some sort of quantum temporal displacement there in our brain.
I've got one of those right now.
I'm sure you do. I heard hockey does that to you.
Displacement in there, honey.
Hell yeah.
Your brain fluid sloshing around the pin.
No, I tweaked my wrist when I fell. Shut up. I'm getting them tomorrow. All right, so there's a story behind this. Okay, I tweaked my wrist 2 weeks ago. Right hand. I tweaked my wrist 2 weeks ago in practice, and Tanya said I should get some wrist guards, the slash protectors, because they're What's your wrist? Well, I fell. I got a wrist guard on. I didn't take my wrist or nothing, and tweaked my wrist.
Well, at least that's all you did.
Yeah. Could have been a lot worse.
You gotta ice it down. Was this earlier in the week, or was this?
No, I did it again today.
Oh.
Like 2 hours ago.
You're fucking ice and heat, dude.
Yeah.
Keep that swelling down.
Hey, buddy, you're bleeding.
Hockey fights.
Jose said, "Not the me time hand."
Not the me time.
That's this one.
Nah, he messed up this one.
Yeah.
That how you do it? Squish it.
Spongy.
Squish it like mashed taters.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? I don't have any good segue for this one. Our second fundraiser, we needed lights.
Yeah.
And morning mics.
Yeah.
And it was thanks to the contributions of quite a few. We were able to raise the money and get Steven dressed like Sailor Moon. And with the help of Tanya, his wig looked fantastic.
Yet again, was not here for that.
Nope.
Yeah, so here you go.
Welcome back to the Nerdery. I'm JD.
And I'm Chris.
Patty.
Sailor Moon! Yes, Sailor Moon. Lewis.
And Ricky. And welcome back to another week of shenanigans with your favorite nerds.
That's right. Get it. Love on it.
Oh!
Hold on. Let me get it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, let's get down to business. What's everybody got on their menus this week?
Well, first, those of you watching,
Never mind.
you see all that stuff right there on the center of the table.
Oh, yeah.
Where's Vanny Tawny when you need her?
We're actually going to announce the best voter of 2016 and go through the list of the best of 2016. You voted for it. We're going to give it to you. We have best comic book stores here in Houston, best movie, comic books, horror movies, paranormal movies, video games. I tried to put it all on there this year.
You name it, we got it.
Post us up.
We did it.
There was an announcement. I guess you can consider that tech.
Yes.
Gaming announcement.
Oh, yes, there was. And it did fall in in the valid time period.
Yeah. So there's that. Now, what does everybody have to review?
Shit, are we back on?
Yeah, you're on.
Damn
Are the
it.
mics up?
Yep.
You didn't tell me anything.
Well, last time I let it be black for a while. This time I was like, I ain't letting them think I fucked up.
Of course, throw me under the bus for that one.
Jose said he was heading out a little early, though, so he's got to give his final thought.
All right.
All right. Final thought.
Oh, so he didn't post
I don't
it yet.
know, he said that right before, and then there's a clip, so I'm hoping he stuck around for the clip, and then now he's giving his final thought.
Hopefully. But we'll wait for the final thought from Jose. And
I mean, maybe
Sorry,
he just
Amber.
left. Maybe that was maybe he's just gonna leave us in anticipation.
I'll send that fucker a text message. What the fuck are you doing to me?
Oh, there he goes, patient. Final thought: the Nerdery Reborn, now with more blood, vapes, and making fun of girls that squeal when they laugh.
Or snort.
don't be afraid to snort or squeal. It's cute.
We've met a lot of great writers.
And involuntary.
So what? It's cute.
Plan these things.
No shit.
You don't know that shit for sure.
I don't know if I plan it.
Yeah.
I think I would know if my snorts and squeals were premeditated.
I think you plan them out. There's gonna be a squeal here and a snort there.
Okay, honey. You say so.
I don't know, man. I'd say it's more like a light switch. Yeah.
That someone else flips.
Like double pull, double throw, so it's like three
Somebody
position.
says a funny and then the light switch flips. I don't.
Maybe her inner child is just like walking up to the light switch.
That kind of makes sense. That little bitch didn't get enough playtime in the right game. So. Jose said, "Damn, I should have left it on a cliffhanger."
You could have.
We've met a lot of like fantastic comic book writers, artists. One that will probably always stick out with me is DeMatteis.
Yeah.
James DeMatteis.
Yeah, your story about him, the interaction you had with him and his wife was pretty funny. You could tell that he was not afraid to speak his mind in that house.
No, I brought up a copy of Speeding Bullets, which is an Elseworld story about what if Kal-El had landed in Gotham instead of in Kansas. He was adopted by the Waynes and had to deal, and was named Bruce.
He was
and
raised
had to deal with
as
their
Bruce
loss.
Wayne.
Yeah. And I brought it up for him to sign, and he goes, "Oh wow, yeah, that was a really just great book." And his wife looks over. That's the one where he's falls down in the ditch and he's like getting attacked by wolves, right? What are you reading?
The funny part is how much you love that, but it's a normal daily thing that you would have done to me.
Yeah. But the second interaction I had with him was like 2 years later, and I actually got to do an interview with him. And I asked him, how much of your life do you put in your writings? And he said, I firmly believe that everything every writer ever writes is somewhat autobiographical. They're taking something that they have experienced, something that they are sourcing from their own lives and putting it in the book. And it might not be massive, it might just be a small thing, but it's something that they have experienced. It's their experience in that book.
There's something that you've gone through or something that you aspire to be.
Yeah, and I thought that was just incredible, and it really got me to thinking about every book I'd ever read and went, I gotta talk to more people. And then Matt Hawkins has been a great friend of the show.
Yeah.
Since year one. He's actually tuned into quite a few episodes and watched live, and
man, you were scared.
I was terrified of doing that interview.
You were not even expecting to get this interview, and he's in this like.
I got two of them in the same day.
speed date style interview where you're just like interviewing one person after the other, like 5-minute bursts. Yeah, it's like,
look over there. You know who that is? No, that's Matt fucking Hawkins.
Oh no, you were more excited than that. Like,
I'm not
do you
ready.
know who the fuck that is over there? And I'm like, it's Matt Hawkins. Like, yeah, that's damn right, that's Matt Hawkins. I'm not ready.
Yeah, he had a semi when he came out.
Huh?
I said he had a semi when he came out.
I was like, look, you'd be okay, man.
But you know,
He was okay.
In that second interview that I got with him later that same day,
You're more comfortable by then.
a little bit, not by much. That's right when I had that first interaction with DeMatteis.
Yeah.
I asked him, you know, where do you come up with all these ideas of what you write? And he said, I write about what I want to learn about. And that just gave me fuel for every interview after that, every conversation after that. What do you want to learn about right now? Because that tells me what you're writing. And, yeah, I think in the third interview I had with him, he brought up something, and I got the book. The name of the book is Stairway. And he was talking about junk DNA and how it can be used as a hard drive. You can store information on that junk DNA, and it gets passed down genetically.
Yeah.
And that idea is put into Stairway, and it's an incredible book. I'm anxious for Volume 2.
Well, it makes sense. The concept definitely makes sense because there are a lot of animals that you know pass down information that way through their genetics. I mean, they don't communicate like we do. They certainly don't live life like we do. When you're, you know, you're in most cases a quadruped, either having to hunt or be hunted by things, you don't have a lot of time to stop and, you know, ponder the the plight of your existence. It's either live or die. So the communication there is cut down to genetic level.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of memory that's passed down, and I think there's a lot to support that as far as like the way we look. It's genetic memory. That's what makes us look like a human being, because at one point we got there, you know.
Yeah. And he took the information and he really wrote a really great book about it. I don't want to spoil anything for anybody. It's not available in individual issues. You have to get the trade. It is a graphic novel. But the name of it's Stairway, and it's absolutely wonderful. Jimmy will tell you, I've been chewing through trades lately. I haven't been reading individual issues.
Yeah.
Because I'm a slacker.
No, you're not a slacker. You're just not keeping up with the current. It's a lot cheaper to get the trade. Yeah, you don't get it right off the bat. We haven't been covering comic books like we used to.
No.
So
we've been covering the industry as a whole.
Yeah. And you know, I hope people can just calm down.
Yeah.
And stop getting so excited about shit. And you know, really just enjoy and savor the fact that, you know, we're getting to see something in cinema that we never thought we would. You know, growing up, I never thought I'd see this shit. I never thought I'd see 10 years, a 10-year-long, like 20-some-odd movie.
Well, something coming out every year.
And it's they're all chapters in this larger story, and we're going to see the conclusion to this epoch, and all under one house, you know?
Yeah.
Pretty much. It's quite amazing. I
will say this though, they're about to break their streak.
They are.
After Far From Home, there's going to be like a year.
Yeah.
Without a Marvel film.
Yeah. And well, they're probably thinking of what direction to take it. You know.
Yeah.
They need to work on the next situation, and they're probably going to have to retool some things because they have some characters to add. So, what may come from, and this probably wouldn't be a far-fetched theory, after, you know, the release of Spider-Man.
Far From Home?
Not Far From Home.
Okay.
No, not Homecoming. the newest Spider-Man film, which was the animated
Into the Spider-Verse.
Into the Spider-Verse, which goes into the idea of multiverses. You have several different universes with several different Spider-Men, and you know, if Marvel takes that principle and applies it to the cinematic universe, they can restart something. You know, we don't know how Endgame is really going to end. There's a lot of rumor and speculation.
A lot.
But that may be just closing that chapter.
Yeah.
You know, that may be closing that book.
They're not done with the novel, though.
But no, not even the novel. There's so many stories to cover.
Oh yeah.
And they've told a very large one, and I think they need to branch out and find out what's next. Apparently, Captain Marvel is supposed to be the next Iron Man. Basically, she is supposed to kick off what happens next in the Marvel MCU.
Yeah.
And we're going to be following her for quite some time. So if people really, really love these films and they really, really want to see more of them, you're just going to have to get over it. Captain Marvel is going to be part of it.
Yeah. And let us not forget our DC group. With Shazam coming up.
I am actually eager to see this movie. It looks like
I'm really excited.
All the behind the scenes stuff and interviews that I've seen, it looks like everybody had a lot of fun doing this movie, and that's what I want to see. I want to see some serious, good energy in a film and let it show through the performance, and I think it will.
Apparently, Zachary Levi was in Thor 2.
The Dark World?
Yeah.
Who do you play?
I don't remember. It was some small little bit part.
Oh, okay. But that's so.
And don't forget, Punisher was in it too.
In what?
In
Warzone.
Thor 1 and 2.
Warzone.
I never can remember his name either.
Ray Stevenson.
That one.
Yep. He was also. Damn it! He was also Firefly in the second G.I. Joe film.
Oh wow!
Yeah, he's kind of run the gamut, man. He was Volstagg in Thor.
And Thor 2.
And Thor 2. He's been the Punisher, and yeah, did that bit for. I'm wore out for the weekend, man. I lost it. I was just talking about it, and I lost it. Oh well.
But
it wouldn't be a nerdery show if I didn't.
Isaac Goodhart has also been a great friend of the show. George Giordano.
Yeah.
He's been incredible. I still follow him on Facebook. I still want to know what he's doing, what he's up to. Funny enough, he posted a picture on his Facebook this week, and it's next spot in his warehouse to be cleaned. And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, I saw that. I touched it. I was there. Like, I may have been like one of the last groups to do so.
Yeah.
Because it looks like it's been there for a while.
Yeah.
And Giordano was actually especially good to us because he had not done any sort of media in years.
Yeah.
And he let us in. Just because we happened to be outside and just bullshitting with his wife, and said, I think my husband would really like y'all. Y'all need to come talk to him. And the Houston Chronicle was there, and she's over there going, no photos. And we're inside the rope videoing stuff.
Wow.
So that was a really awesome experience. Guy's a master at practical effects. And does so, I don't want to say cheaply because it's not cheap.
No, look,
affordably.
Affordably, and I think he was really stressing throughout the process that he was showing us. He was really stressing that it's like, he found a lot of the stuff he was just using as secondhand parts, stuff that he had found. He'd gone to Goodwill or whatever, and he'd found some really cheap items that you could be repurposed. Like he made a bazooka out of a handle from a Nerf gun, and I think it was like a telescope case.
Oh yeah.
And just all kinds of craziness, and he made it look like one of the weapons from Borderlands.
Yeah.
And, like, he had a whole like I don't know if you ever played Borderlands, but you have, whenever you go to a weapons crate, you open it up, and it usually has like the 2 panels that open up, and then it has like little shelves that pop out, and they've got different weapons on them, and you go up and pick them up. And he had created several of these cases and displays with all the weaponry that he had created from Borderlands, and it was spot on. And it was just crazy how he had like hodgepodged all this stuff together to make something as coherent as that.
Yeah, it was
like the man was working a puzzle with just anything that he could find, and it was like, this piece fits here, this fits here, this fits here, and voila, it looks like,
yeah, this is identical
it
to
looks
that.
like the freaking weapon on the game. And I'm like, dude, that is so cool. No, they did an amazing job, and they had like several. I think it was several game themes that they did. They did that
BioShock,
the BioShock, which was pretty crazy. And then we saw them again, and they were doing something else. Was it we saw them the next year? Or the year after?
yeah. And I was so busy taking care of my business relationship there. I never got to make it over there and talk to him, and I really wanted to.
Yeah.
But we messaged on Facebook, and he understood, and I understood that he couldn't make it to where I was.
Yeah. And he's native to Texas, so yeah, just outside of Houston, I believe.
I think he's on the other side of San Antonio.
Okay, my bad.
Because I remember him inviting us out there a couple times, and we just couldn't make the trip.
That's a long ways to go.
Yeah.
Man.
But he was a great guy. Isaac Goodhart, incredible artist, and really gave us more information than he was supposed to on several occasions. But he's now doing stuff with DC.
Very nice.
He was in the last DC Artist Showcase. So, and it's absolutely beautiful, I gotta say.
Very nice.
Oh, we've met so many people.
Met Booker T.
Oh yeah.
I got to film Steven interviewing Hacksaw, and the whole time.
Another terrifyingly friendly person.
Dude, Hacksaw was so nice. Hacksaw Jim Duggan. He's such a sweet guy, man.
He's just got that aggressively friendly demeanor.
No, he still has that energy, man.
Yeah.
He's still got that Hacksaw Jim Duggan, I'm getting into the ring later on today energy, But no, it was so cool to see him, talk to Steven, and Steven was so nervous. He was like, this guy was like a superstar to him, man. One of his heroes, and all I wanted for him was to be more like Mean Gene Okerlund, because I could feel it coming off of Hacksaw. Like I was like, this is like the fucking, the interview corner where Mean Gene's talking to him, and it was so cool the way he was delivering everything, and Steven he locked up. But it was cool. He got through the interview.
But Hacksaw was just so candid about everything.
Yeah, and he was.
Well, let me tell you something, Bad Hatter, and that's a bad hat right there.
It's a cool dude.
Wait a minute, I got to bring up one of yours. Gwar.
Gwar.
Our first year, and it was an interview.
I think you're only going to bring this up because I was the one who was like, we need to go talk to these guys. I mean, we need to go let these guys talk to us.
Hey, you were the pointed sword on that one. I was like, I don't know how this is going to go.
I didn't know how it was going to go either, and I just let it go because Gwar is like a force of nature. You cannot stop Gwar.
Like me?
Yes, but several of you dressed up as space aliens
and all playing off of each other. That'd be great. I need some of those.
Sometimes no lube. Most times lube. Anyway,
you gotta have something slippery.
Yeah, hey, you go to a Gwar concert, it gets slippery. But those guys were just insane. I did not expect it. Well, when I saw them in full get-up, I was like, oh, these guys are dressed up as Gwar, and I was like, fuck, we've got to go see what the hell they'll say. That's exactly how it happened. What was it? They started talking, and I think
a bunch of insulin resistant motherfuckers dressed like Kevin Smith.
Yeah, a bunch of insulin resistant fatties dressed like Kevin Smith, and was it Sleazy P. Martini? Their manager said he thought about opening up a cat house in Vegas featuring cosplay BBWs. And then Blothar, the lead singer, responds with, when he says that, he really means like 30 guys dressed up as Kevin Smith. You'll have to forgive him. He was dropped on his head as a child. It was fucking hilarious.
Who was it that said that they would only cosplay as Bill Cosby?
That I believe that was Beefcake the Mighty. Or no. Was it Beefcake, or was Beefcake telling him No, yeah, it was Beefcake saying it, and then Sleazy P was telling him, you don't have to cosplay as Bill Cosby to date rape. Those guys were fucking insane. But they were totally in character. That's how those characters would talk to people. You know, when they're off, when the makeup's off, they're who they are. But when the makeup's on, they're complete in those roles, man. You can go watch. There's an interview between the original Beefcake, who was Blothar, at our interview, and damn it,
that one guy.
That one guy. It's terrible. Dave Brockie, man, he passed some years back, but he used to be Odorous Arungus, and I say these people stay in character in the sense that, like, when they are done up, that is who they are. And they were on Joan Rivers for an episode, and she's sitting there just interviewing them, plain as day. They're sitting in their chairs, she's sitting in hers, and she's like, "So let me get this straight. So you're from a different planet?" "Well, yes, Joan, we are. We are from the planet Scumdogula." "Really? I've never heard of it." It's like, "Do not worry. It's very far away. You know, it's way beyond your solar system, far past Uranus." And just going on, and it was hilarious just to hear the exchange between them, because she was playing off of them as they were playing off of her, as far as the interview went. But you should check that out. Find it on YouTube. It's hilarious.
Yeah, that's in. You'll have to do quite a bit of scrolling to get there.
Yeah.
And earlier that day, you filmed a roundtable with me upstairs with Kevin Eastman.
Yeah, my arms were very tired after that. But well, you held on to the iPad for a bit of it too. I just wanted to get some more shots, away from the table. And there's something, I think I told you this, but there's something I realized that day in that interview. Just looking at Eastman and talking to everybody, and all I could think to myself was, I bet JD will look like him, like he does now, in like 20 years. He's gonna look like Eastman now.
That was a really cool moment for me, because like I didn't read the TMNT comic books then. I was reading Marvel and DC.
When you walked up to him and shook his hand, you probably scared the shit out of him. He probably thought, "What bitch did what? Oh, damn it."
But no, he is an incredibly humble guy, and it was just an incredible experience to talk to him about, like, how the Ninja Turtles came about, and what he and I got to ask a really important question to me, is how he looked at him now, and how he looked at this massive franchise that started out with just two guys drunk in a basement.
We're gonna do a book about Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, a bunch of turtles, and they're teenagers, and they're all big and shit, and they're ninjas, man.
Yeah,
it's gonna be great. And their master is this rat.
And his buddy was like, "Well, you're kind of living under my roof, so get to it." And he did. And their household name, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, man.
Everybody knows who that is.
Everybody knows who that is. They could probably sing the fucking cartoon song where Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. We're not gonna go there.
But no, I got to ask, how have things changed through the years? And he said, well, back when it started, I had, all these parents standing in line behind this really excited kid, and the parents all pissed off. You know how many hours I spent in the middle of the night putting together that damn blimp and stepping all over the parts in the next month? And now I have excited little kids standing in front of excited parents. I had the blimp and the van, and I had those too.
Yeah. They were fun.
Yeah.
It was for a long time.
Yeah, it's over the years we've met a lot of really incredible people. We've had a lot of incredible experiences that honestly money couldn't have bought us.
No.
A cool moment also regarding Kevin Eastman is taking Chris Foreman's print up there to have Kevin Eastman sign it.
Yeah, you said he was in awe. He was just like, wow,
this is awesome.
Cool.
And your friend did this. Yeah. Have him come see me.
And you need to encourage him. If he's ever at another convention, he needs to fucking go see him.
Yeah. I've told him. But yeah,
God, fucking, he's like the CFO for Heavy Metal?
I think he owns it.
He owns Heavy Metal magazine.
I do believe so.
And Chris Foreman does art.
Yeah.
He could do covers.
Yeah. I mean, we've had some bad experiences, but honestly not that many.
Yeah. Not enough to really mention.
Yeah.
Not
that I'd want to anyway.
Yeah. Doesn't matter. It's all. That's all been. This is
all
now,
back there now.
Way back.
Oh,
there.
somebody took it.
Shit. No, somebody better call the cops. They ran away with that one. Ain't worth it. See, we're still sitting here.
Yeah.
We're not trying to go back there.
Yeah.
You gotta get through the wall first.
Somebody already took it anyway.
You gotta get through the wall first.
Yeah.
I'm not ready to chew through that.
I never can remember.
It's gonna be a mess.
Bob Nelson, this comedian who did that shit.
Bob.
Had a very impressive fight career. I mean, it's all behind me now. See, take a look. Oh, somebody took it.
Bob Nelson.
He was in one movie. He was in Kindergarten Cop as Phoebe's fiance. But he was a frequent at Dangerfields.
At Dangerfields?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What was Dangerfields?
Rodney Dangerfield's Comedy Club.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, over the years we've had a lot of fantastic experiences. It's been a lot of fun. I am sad to see it come to an end. And it's not ending for sure. We don't know. You never know what's going to happen.
I'd slug you, but I'm too used to you springing shit on me, so... Why don't you fucking tell me we're doing this?
I'm going to get a text message next Sunday. You're coming, right?
To what? What are we doing?
Nothing. I'm not going to be here.
No.
I'll be in Chicago.
Yeah, that's right. You will be in Chicago enjoying a Blackhawks game.
No, that'll be Monday.
Well, you'll get there. What else are y'all gonna do? Don't go into the Don't go wandering into the bad parts.
That's Southside.
Okay, good. Stay away from there.
No, we're gonna stay in the touristy part.
Good.
Yeah. We're gonna go to the Sears Tower.
It's too cold to travel much. We're gonna
watch
stay
out for
close
people.
to the hotel.
Watch out for people who are trying to roll tourists.
Aching.
If you do run into them, get that fight you always wanted out. Just grab them by the collar and just start wailing. Show them you're a Hawks fan.
There you go.
You're from where? Texas. You fight like a Hawks fan.
Damn right.
Thank you. I aspire to be one. Every fucking day of my life.
I think I found a jacket.
All right, so we ran a half hour over this week as a
We promise
gift to you guys.
We promise we won't next week.
No.
Don't worry about that.
So Jimmy, final thought.
Final thought. Not final, not quite final, but final thought. I would say it has been quite an adventure. I wasn't always here, but I'm glad I am here now. I'm glad I was here then. And it's been an amazing ride for me. Just, as far as mind-blowing to be on YouTube. I never thought I'd see the day that I could go and sign into YouTube and watch a video of me and my friends talk about all the crap that we love to talk about.
Tanya, final thought.
Balls. I'm not good at final thoughts.
You got to this time.
I have to?
You have to.
We really appreciate those of you that have actually watched us over the years and taken interest in being part of the conversation and being part of the nerdery in any capacity that y'all have. So thank you.
Oh, wow.
Mine is very much in that line. It has been an absolute blast the past 4 years doing this. Starting off with a $30 phone, then winding up with somewhere in the neighborhood of $600-700 worth of equipment that you guys paid for.
And we provided the show.
Yeah.
So.
And it's been an absolute joy. I've actually developed quite a few relationships just from you guys, from watchers and from listeners. And I really cherish every single moment. It's been fun every single time. And I am sad to see it go, but I do encourage all of you, hey, come out and cheer me on in hockey. I'll be the guy who looks like he's lost.
Where are you going? The goal's that way.
I know, I'm already there. The end credits. You actually are getting end credits this week. I fixed it.
Woo.
Finally.
I tried to get the intro roll, but apparently
I just clicked black.
That's just all kinds of screwed.
Just in time.
Yeah. But thank you everybody for watching. There are so many people I would love to thank, but the list is way too long, so I'm going to let the credits do it. Anything you want to say?
I want to say, yet again, thank you to everybody for being supportive of us. Keep watching us. At least being a peanut gallery for us to bounce ideas off of and listen to weird comments from. We've had some fun. This show has been an amazing roller coaster of a ride, and we've loved every minute of it. All the ups, all the downs. It's all got us to this point that we can say, hey, we need to step away for a minute, and we're not doing it out of sadness. We're doing it out of we've got a lot of things we want to get done in life, and life is too short.
Yeah, it is. You don't get a refund.
We've given you 5 years, and if you want to go look at the archive footage, I'm sure it'll be up for a while.
Oh yeah, I'll leave it up indefinitely for sure.
And you guys can check us out anytime you want. If you get lonely, you want to, cuddle up next to the fire at night with some nice hot cider and listen to an episode of The Nerdery, you can.
All our old audio stuff's up too.
Yes, sir. So definitely check it out, and we will see you the next time we see you.
Yep. Love you guys. Bye.
Bye.
Mine's